Continue from previous videos. In this video, I'll share my journey and experience of where I was and how I get here to where I am today. As a young age, I started to develop interest in knowing about the creation of life. So around 2005, I started to collect CDs and teachings from different teachers on different topics about life. And then I listened to a story of the miracle of Kuan Yin, which is the great compassion Bodhisattva. Since early age, I have issue with eating, so I don't eat much. And so as I continued to work, I noticed that I started to run out of energy toward the end of the day. I would just go home and collapse, and I just went to sleep and then woke up and then ate something. Family and friend, everyone I meet would tell me to eat more, and they have good intention, but it's create more stress because you don't enjoy food, and people tell you to eat more. It's just like adding more pressure and stress. Like, oh, there's something wrong with me. I need to fix myself in that kind of sense. And so that really developed, I would say, into a chronic stress eventually. And then one stage around 2009, I experienced very stress at work. So my boss suggested I take some leave. And so I did. And I went on a trip around Asia with two other friends. And at one stage, we were in Thailand on a ship, about 20 people with other tourists on a boat to an island. And we had a wonderful time. And on the way back in the evening, there was a thunderstorm and the rain pouring down, and there was no life jacket. Some people getting seasick and hungry and cold. And at one stage, I took out my phone and I said, I'm going to make the last phone call to home. But something inside me say, I have a very long life. Even if the wave turn the boat over and I can't swim, but I believe that somehow I will survive. Because I've heard so many stories of the miracle of Kuan Yin, that when people fall into water, they can't swim, and they just call Kuan Yin for help. And somehow they woke up, found themselves on the riverbank. A story of two young brothers around 8 years old. One day they were playing near the river and they fell into the river. Before they drowned, the elder reminded the younger one, call Kuan Yin for help. When the younger brother woke up, he found himself near the riverbank, and the elder one found himself on the boat of an old man. So when they meet up, and they were so happy that they are both alive, and when they turned around to say thank you to this man, there was no boat, no one around. Over the years, I heard many miracle stories relating to Kuan Yin. And so that deeply rooted within me that trust that I'm not going to die. I can't swim. If I fall over, somehow I will survive. So I put the phone away and sit with my leg crossed and close my eyes and start to pray silently. Nam mô Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. 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 Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin. I could sense that people were watching me, and some of them starting to pray to whoever that I believe in. The wind, the rain splashes in, and the boat continued to rock. At one stage, I was nearly got knocked over and opened my eyes. I saw a few people lying on the floor because they got seasick. And I noticed that I was starting to get dizzy, starting to get seasick. Perhaps in half an hour or an hour, I would be on the floor too. And there was a strong force with clarity. I stood up and looking for the tour guide. Say that people are sick, wet, hungry, and cold. We cannot wait here. The storm is not going to stop in the next few hours. We need to get to land. He made the phone call to land, and I decided to take the risk to come out on the small boat to pick us up. As we're moving down into the small boat, I was continuing to pray. Nam mô Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. Nam mô Quan Thế Âm Bồ Tát. And we were that much, the boat was that much above the water. So if one person like not balanced well, the whole boat can turn over, or just a small wave can turn the boat over. I was certain that everyone was praying hard as we were sitting on that boat going into land, and we all got to land safely. And that was a miracle. So come back from that trip, there was something really deeply stirred inside. Why am I here? So I went to the local temple, and in front of the Guan Yin statue, I prayed. Please help. Please give me a sign. And then I walked around the temple, and I saw a flyer, a poster advertising a spiritual trip to India. The moment I saw that poster, it was like my heart come into life again. It's like, this is where I need to be. I booked the trip straight away, and then I was praying, please help and make it possible for my workplace to allow me to take leave. And everything works out. I went on that trip. That was around 2009. At that point, I was hitting the wall like, no more. I can't take this anymore. This is not a life that I want. Work, family, relationship, health, and well-being, nothing works. And I don't want to continue with this life. It was a spiritual trip, so we were guided to different sacred sites and meditation. It was said that if you could visit the place where the Buddha enlightened, it will activate something within you. And so that's what my experience like. Something within me has been activated. Being on that trip connected me to some peace. Returned from the trip, and I meet this lady. She shared with me that she's been doing this personal development course, and it really helped her. And so she invited me to come and check it out, and I went. And so I registered and participated in the courses for the next 3 years. It helped me to understand myself, to know myself better, and activating certain skills, certain traits, certain strengths within me that I didn't know that I was capable of. I was working full time, and in the evening and in the weekend, I spent all the time doing these courses and trainings. So I put in 100% because I want what they promise. Creating the life that you love, anything is possible. And after 3 years, I still found myself as there was some limitation. One day, my coach saw me reading the book, What is Love? So he invited me to his graduation of one of the course that he was doing on the human consciousness. So I went, and and then that started another series of training with a different platform on human consciousness, which is go deeper into knowing myself, honoring myself, love myself. At the same time, I was searching on the internet about what is love. I followed a love meditation video on YouTube that I came across. One hand on the chest, one hand on the abdomen. About 1 minute into the video, there was a warm sensation under my palm in the middle of my chest. It was like a balloon of warm love nectar spreading, expanding throughout my body. I experienced love flow from within. Later, I tried a few more times, but I couldn't find a sensation again. I realized that was the answer to my question, what is love? It's coming from here, not outside. So from that point on, I stopped looking outside in another person, from family, from other people for love, and focusing within to discover the love within. And at the same time, clearing out and working on anything that is not love, emotion, physical, past memories, and work on release them, and to realize that each challenge in life is a lesson. It pushes us toward the path of finding ourselves, to go within and finding our true self. If life is always beautiful, everything is always good, then we'll just be out there playing all day. And the rest of our life will be the same where we were. But if there's challenge, we will be looking, searching for solution. And along the path of searching, we will find the connection to peace, to freedom, to something that is not visible. And have gratitude to each and every challenge that we have. And at the same time, forgive ourselves for all the mistakes that we think that we've made. There was no mistakes. Every act, every choice, every decision, every experience were meant to be that way. And when we realize this, we're able to change our future, our direction. We start to hold the remote control and playing the game the way that we want it to turn out. And then along that line, I came across spiritual healing. And this is something very new to me. I was doubting it at first. So at lunchtime, I was having conversation with this long-term student. So I asked him his experience, and I say that I'm not certain about that. I don't think that I believe that. I don't think I can believe that. And he asked me, what do you have to lose? And I said, a few $100. At that time, my direct knowing wasn't strongly developed, so I was gambling. So I gamble a few $100s to see what the result is. And yes, it works. So the next few years, I spent times, money, and effort training, learning with this new platform. And after many years, there were transformation, improvement, and I still feel that there got to be more. There is something missing still. Like it's something, like something tell me this is not what I'm looking for. There got to be more. And so things show up. One day I watched a cartoon on YouTube of the Heart Sutra, and it's talking about freedom. Kong is emptiness is form. Like I have no idea what that means, but there's something about this that interests me. There's something about freedom. And so I started to find out more about the Heart Sutra from different teachers. December 2023, while watching a YouTube, the teacher was talking about being present, stillness, spaciousness. And it was as if I fall into what he was talking about, what he was referring to. And in that moment, I experienced spaciousness, stillness, nothingness, freedom. And that happened in less than a minute. And so that opened the door to another state of consciousness. The following days and weeks, I found myself sitting, doing nothing. When I was hungry, I was looking at the clock and realized that I've been sitting there for hours, doing nothing, not watching anything, not listening to anything, just being spaciousness, nothingness. Enjoy the quietness, the stillness. In the past, my mind would tell me that you should be guilty sitting there doing nothing. Go and do something. After that incident, my view of life changed. What used to be important, no longer important. So along the journey, my lifestyle also changed. From around 2017, I started to getting to know myself, spend more time with myself, reduce interacting with friends, and catch up events. And at this time, I started to meditate more and more. 2018, I saw a video on YouTube on the root cause of sickness, show the animal industry and how animal been treated. So after watching that video, I decided I will switch to vegetarian. So I started to train myself to slowly go into vegetarian. In 2019, I completely switched to vegetarian food, eating 3 meals a day. 2024, so after that incident of experience spaciousness, I found that my hunger reduced, so I started to eat 2 meals a day. News create worries and fear. So years ago, I stopped watching the news, stopped feeding my eyes, my ear with negative information. So I used to sleep after midnight. and following nature's law. We sleep when the sun sleep and rise when the sun rise. So now I sleep before 10:30 p.m. and get up before the sunrise. Watching the sunrise, breathing in the new fresh air, watching the sunset, being out in nature, spend time in nature, gardening, walking in a park, walking barefoot, being grateful for everything that we have, the clothes that we wear, the air, the trees, the plants, the sun, the wind, feel the wind on our skin, aware of the earth's force energy flowing from the ground up into our body. The heaven force flow down into our body, and we are nourished every moment by heaven, earth. The whole universe is working together. The sun, the wind, the plants, the animal, everyone and everything is working together to support us living this life, living our experience on earth. Every challenge, situations, events is a lesson to guide us toward something that lead us to our true nature, to experiencing heaven on earth, if that's what you're looking for. Everyone is a messenger, so I open to learn from everyone and try out new things. And at the same time, follow our heart, follow our instinct, follow our direct knowing. One key aspect I would say is developing our inner knowing, direct knowing. And we all have this inner knowing, our instinct, like we just know something is right and something is not. And the more that we use this instinct, the more it strengthens. Looking back in life, I rarely ask for other people's advice. There's something within tell me that only I know what is best for me at this time. And so I follow my own direct knowing. And this is very useful, especially at this time. There is so much out there accessible by computer, by the phone, and so we might get confused. Which one should I try? And this is come down to our direct knowing. We all have different life experience, different challenge, different connection to people, teachers. So we would have different start point. So open our heart and connect to the universe and ask for direction. And follow our heart, follow our instinct, our direct knowing to choose wisely. What works for our friend might not work for us. So it's very important to use our instinct frequently to develop our instinct. The more we use it, the more it's grow and strengthen. And this will guide us toward the right path, making the right decision, the right choice. There is no wrong choice. Every choice leads to a lesson. After all, we are here to create and play. With the last two video series, who are we? Looking into our true nature. And the heaven force, earth force, the chakra system, you might realize that We live in the world, but we are not in the world. The world is inside us, for we are formless. Our true nature is vastness.